Alright, I'm going to do a quick look at this crossing here. This is the Kenilworth Avenue crossing in Kenilworth, Illinois on the Metro UP North line, aka the Kenosha Sub. Got 2 gated signals here, plus 2 pedestrian gates, and 2 pedestrian gates that are about to go in. You can see currently we got the main signal here with the pedestrian gate on the road signal. This has a 1980 Safetran gate mechanism. And the lights are first gen WCH LEDs and Safetran frames. This seems to be pretty common for this line, I've noticed. There's a look at that pedestrian gate arm there. I always like that little simple setup. And on top of this, it's got a GS Type 2 e-bell. And the gate has newer striping with 4-inch RECO LEDs, which is pretty common for this line. And so now, UP is in the process of putting in pedestrian gates next to the main signals. This seems to be the new trend for Union Pacific now. Instead of having pedestrian gates on the road signals, they're now installing separate masts for the pedestrian gates. I'm not sure why they're doing this. Maybe it's simpler setup, but I'm not entirely sure. It's got a WCH style 4-gate mechanism and a Safetran base, oddly enough. Even though Siemens been making the front plates for those for a while now. Didn't think they'd have any Safetran ones left. And you can see this has an older C&W era bungalow. There's a lot of these up and down this line still, so I wonder if UP is going to do upgrades like they've been doing on the Geneva Sub. Perhaps once they get done with that line, maybe they'll start focusing on this line. I don't know, but it's a possibility. Then here's one of the existing pedestrian gates. This has a newer Siemens gate mechanism with the second style of sticker logo. And it also has a Safetran base. And the newer gate striping with no gate lights. Doesn't seem to be many pedestrian gates with gate lights on this line, if any. Looks like they're putting in a roundabout there. Interesting. This is also the only crossing in Kenilworth. I believe, I don't know if it's on that building, but I know they have an eclipse siren here in this town. Can't remember if it's on that building or if it's somewhere else in town, but I know it's near the crossing. It's not too far away from it. I'll wait to cross here. There's another look at the new pedestrian gate going in over there. Come over to this side, over to the metro station. I don't know what they're doing over there. There's no view looking west now. This crossing's hard to film because of these light posts they got in front of both main signals. It was tough to get a shot over on that side. The metro train that just went through. There's the new pedestrian gate going in over here. Again, same thing. It's got the Style 4 WCH mechanism and a single-sided Safetran base. Again, surprised it's not a Siemens one. They must have had some Safetran ones lying around. And same thing with the main signal here. We got first-gen WCH LEDs and Safetran frames. And the newer gate striping on both gates with 4-inch RECO LEDs on the main gate. Single-sided Safetran base. 1980 Safetran gate mechanism. Again, same thing with the backlights. And just look at that pedestrian gate arm on the main signal. I imagine once they activate these new pedestrian gates, they'll probably end up replacing the main gates as well. They've been doing that with other crossings to the south here, so I imagine they're going to do the same thing with this one. I don't know when that work's going to happen, but I imagine it'll be soon. And then here's this pedestrian gate. This has a 90 Safetran gate mechanism. These seem to be pretty common with pedestrian gates on this line. Actually, one of the crossings down that way has 90s Safetran mechanisms, but with the S85 counterweight arms. So that was pretty cool to see. C&W used quite a few of those on pedestrian gates, but I think UP's replaced all of them at this point. And again, a single-sided Safetran base and a front view. So, given the fact that they're let's look at a C&W bungalow here. Who knows? Maybe 10 years from now, I'll be coming back documenting the brand new signals that'll be going in here. If UP decides to do the same kind of upgrades they've been doing to the Geneva sub, who knows? I could be, but that remains to be seen. I imagine this line will be safe for a while, but you never know. So, anyways, this has been the Kenilworth Avenue grade crossing.